Well, we've had the original Road Warrior and Beyond Thunderdome. Now brace yourself for Fury Road.
We're talking about the fourth installment of the action films by mastermind George Miller, Mad Max. Jim Ferguson sat down with the director to see what this latest film has to offer. And Jim, we were just chatting about the trailer alone. Everybody is raving about the trailer.
Yeah, and where do you see the movie? It's Mad Max Fury Road.
Yeah.
Fury Road. Blows the first one away.
Really?
I mean, this movie, I don't say this too often about a film, but it's unbelievable from the beginning to the end. It's got to be the big smash blockbuster of the summer. It really is. It's wonderful. George Miller, the director, did the original 36 years ago, and which launched Mel Gibson on his career. Do you remember Happy Feet? Disney and Happy Feet 2. The animated film won the best Oscar for Best Animated. George Miller's. He did Lorenzo's Oil with Susan Sarandon. He was nominated himself for 3 Oscars, George Miller. Brilliant man from Australia. And in my interview, as you'll see, he was very interested in the fact that I worked in some Westerns in Arizona, which he said inspired him, those Westerns, for Mad Max.
Oh, I can
Here's
see
George
that.
Miller. You know, I worked in Westerns years ago. You probably never heard of them. Monty Walsh, Judge Roy Bean.
Yeah,
and
of
we
course.
shot these in the desert in Arizona.
You worked on them?
I worked on them.
Fantastic.
Okay. It was hot, long,
Yeah.
hard days.
Yeah.
As you know, because of this shoot in the desert in Africa. But it had to be for you a labor of love. Am I right?
Yeah, there was a kind of demented pleasure in it. I mean, I grew up with these movies and so on. But, you know, people call these Westerns on wheels. It does feel like a Western. We shot it like, I guess, they were shot in the old days. Even the day for night scene. You know, in the Westerns, they used a lot of day for night. Because horses don't have headlights. In this movie, the war rig, they can't put their lights on because people can see where they are, the people chasing them. Only the bad guys can put their headlights on. So we shot in the classic day for night. It felt like being a Western.
It did feel like a Western. The cars and motorcycles were the horses.
Yeah, and in that way too, they're also allegorical stories, like simple morality tales, people looking for meaning in a wasteland. The rules are very simple. So I always love those movies anyway, the Westerns. So to be able
I'm
to
glad
do
I mentioned that. I'm glad I mentioned
yeah.
that. Mad Max himself, Tom Hardy, you said that he found the soul of Max. I thought he did too.
Yeah, Tom, you know, he felt the same when he walked through the door as Mel Gibson felt when he was 30 years before. Tom was 6 weeks old when we shot that first movie. But they're both very skilled actors, both from the theater. They're both very athletic. They're both very lovable guys with a kind of a more turbulent side, so that for characters who don't say much, there's a lot of spirit inside of them as you're watching them, and they're very male, and they can, they do some very tough things in the movies, and so you have to really be very empathetic with them from the get-go.
Wow.
Oh wow, George Miller, he's a genius. And I failed to mention that. Do you remember Babe, Pig in the City, that won the Oscar? It shocked everybody. Yes. That was George's.
Wow.
Happy Feet and Babe to Mad Max.
To Mad Max. The man is truly a genius. And I thought that, the fact that he was inspired by what took place in Westerns, old Westerns here, like Monty Walsh, which I was in, back in the day.
And a lot of people around this movie are saying that this is kind of like a feminist movie, that it's girl power.
Yeah,
I'm assuming the character is a really strong woman.
Charlize Theron.
Yeah.
I mean, I thought she was the major star in the movie. Really.
Well, her look is absolutely incredible, how she's transformed. I mean...
Well, it's a Western on wheels, as George said, and that's what it is. And I loved it. You will, too. I think America will. It's just unbelievable. I really loved it.
Are you going to talk more about this on Friday?
Yeah, on Friday we have Nicholas Hoult, who plays War Boy. Do you remember Warm Bodies?
Yeah.
And all the X-Men stuff? that was Nicholas. You'll recognize him right away, but he shaves his head, he's got a white face, and that's who's Friday. But a week from Friday, when the movie opens, Charlize will be here, Charlize Theron.
I
Oh,
wish she was
great.
really here.
I know, me too.
I do too.
That would be amazing. So I think this is a movie to watch, like you said. You're calling this the summer blockbuster.
Summer blockbuster opens May 15th.
All right. Can't wait to hear from more of the stars. Thank you,
Thank
Jim.
you, ladies.